Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. More headlines, shenanigans in both directions, but the bulls come out on top, tightening up our weekly time frames, and some key daily tests on some key sectors and individual names are on deck for the next couple days. So the S&P 500, we had a bounce overnight, and overnight right here, we had a big green candle, and that was from, actually it was in the morning, 3 a.m. Eastern, but from word that Russian troops are coming back from the front lines, blah, blah, blah. And then later today, you get a headline right here that says, U.S. official says no indication Russian troops, blah, blah, blah. That's 2 days in a row now where we've had two headlines that are completely contradictory. So yesterday, Ukrainian president says attack Wednesday, and then he was saying it ironically. And then today, bull reaction, backtracking on that statement. And again, this is what I'm talking about with headline games being played. Because right now, market participants can take advantage of a heightened emotional state, and they can just say things, and whether or not it's true doesn't matter. The market's going to react. And so in the end, the bulls win today. And we have the S&P 500 futures chart attempting a 4-hour bull flag. Brief consolidation and trying to test that recent high. One other thing to note, again, Bitcoin keeps leading the S&P 500. Bitcoin had a big green day February 4th, and it took the S&P 500 a couple days after that to see a big solid move. And then last night at 8 a.m., look at this Bitcoin, or 8 p.m. This is Bitcoin's move at 8 p.m. And then you have 7 hours later, this is when the S&P 500 did it. So I'm continuing to keep an eye on the crypto space and on Bitcoin for potential clues. And here's Bitcoin's daily higher low and coming up towards recent resistance. And I'm paying attention because no, I don't think Bitcoin is moving the broader market, but yes, I think it's a great sentiment gauge. So S&P 500, let's look at SPY. We're watching for anything under 457.88 to be a daily lower high. And from where we stand right now, that's a ways away. That's multiple percent to the upside. So we need 2.6% to get to daily resistance, and we've already gone 2.5% from the low. So we're pretty much right back in the middle of the range, and we know there's 3 ways this plays out. There's only 3 ways. We V-shaped to a higher high. That will not happen without increasing bull volume and a bullish reaction to the FOMC minutes tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Scenario number 2, a daily lower high and tightening range, holding the recent low and tightening up into next week. And scenario number 3, confirmed daily downtrend. In my opinion, we would need some notable bear volume for that to happen. Perhaps a bearish FOMC minutes reaction could bring that into play. In the end, I'm scouting the tightening weekly range, as I've been saying for a few weeks at this point, through February, because when you see a significant bull move up with a significant pullback or a significant dump with a significant bounce, you scout equilibriums. And more often than not, you're going to be right, because it's the most common pattern, and it's how price discovery works when you see that wild volatility finding a new range. So it's a dump, it's a big enough bounce that we're scouting the tightening range. Write this down. An equilibrium on a longer term time frame can mean choppy action on a shorter term time frame. A weekly equilibrium means the daily can get choppy. A daily equilibrium means the hourly can get choppy, and the signals are not as reliable. So I keep that in mind as well. NASDAQ's doing the same thing. Solid bounce. The NASDAQ has been a sector leader 2 days in a row. After being a lead bear for maybe the entirety of last week, we'll say. Yeah, the entirety of last week, we were weaker than the S&P 500. Last 2 days, it's been standing out as a bull. Weekly time frame is tightening up. We're trying a weekly higher low. Anything under, let's go to QQQ. It's a 4-hour bull flag that confirmed already. End of the day strength there. And QQQ, anything under 366.81 is a daily lower high. And again, we're right in the middle of this range. So 50%, just over 50% retracement. Scouting a daily lower high, unless we see increasing bull volume, hourly uptrend is a guide. When we lose the hourly uptrend, that daily lower high is likely taking shape. Keeping an eye on Facebook. So Facebook confirmed a daily bear flag with 0 follow through. When you confirm a flag with 0 follow through, whether it's bull or bear, you look in the other direction. Nat Gas does it fairly often, probably more so than other stocks. But we double bottomed. The bears controlled Facebook all morning. It just stood out so much weaker than QQQ, so much weaker than other tech names. And then we hit the low of yesterday and we held it by 28 cents. And from that point forward, the bulls controlled the second half of the day. We have a triple top in the 221s here. 221, high of the day was 221.14, end of the day 221.15. So there's a triple top there. We need an hourly trend change. If we can confirm an hourly trend change, look at the increasing bull volume. If we can confirm an hourly trend change, then that is a convincing bear flag confirmed with zero follow through into a daily bounce. And the most important level for me is 235. They've got some kind of event, some kind of vision, something, maybe some news. So keep an eye on that. But also keeping an eye out for some bounce with follow through. And this just shows me bear exhaustion. Bear break with no follow through. Bears are tired. Semiconductors had a big day, led by NVDA, who has earnings tomorrow after hours. Monster move, monster volume. It was up, I think, 8 or 9% today. Stood out yesterday because it held the low of Friday with a double bottom. And then following through today, it's up 9%. And we're testing the high of the bounce, 269.25. And earnings, of course, are going to dictate whether it's a bull reaction, giving us tons of space for a weekly high or low, or it's a bear reaction heading down to test our recent lows. But SMH had a big response as well. Over a 50% bounce. So again, what does that mean? That means that even if we top out under 290.35, we're going to watch for a daily high or low to be the result of the next pullback because of the retracement size on that bounce. It's more than 50%. So bulls created space for a daily high or low attempt next time we top out. Tesla stood out as a lead bull. Again, another name that held the low of Friday. For the most part, names that held the low of Friday yesterday are stronger today. Not all of them. Well, actually, Amazon didn't. Amazon stood out weaker today, but it didn't hold the low of Friday. So it looks like the names that did were standing out stronger. Tesla is all about 940s with all these tops. We've got a top at 943.70, 947.77, 946.27, 943.81. There are 4 tops right there, and we're heading into that resistance. So that's 3% from where we stand to get to those levels, less than that. Hourly uptrend is our guide, and a break there would be very notable. NIO, big day today. I'm just walking up the stop on my swing position. Had it there, and now I'm moving it up here. And if the bulls break 26.41, we continue the daily uptrend. There's a lot of individual names that have this daily setup. And it's going to be very telling for me whether we get higher highs or not. Because right now it's a daily uptrend with no follow through. Higher low and higher high. What does an uptrend with no follow through mean? It means zoom out and scout a flag. So is this a weekly bear flag? Possibly. But if you get one more higher high here, the odds of a weekly bear flag decrease a good bit. And there's names, many names that have this setup. So NIO has it, XBI has it, IWM has it. There's more. There's a bunch of individual names. These are 2 sectors that have it. So this is very key for me because, again, this isn't going to move the needle on the S&P 500. It's a factor, but not a significant one, but it's a sentiment gauge for me. These are all the names that were the most beat up on the way down. And then we bottomed, and now they're the bounce leaders. They never lost their daily uptrend. SPY lost it. QQQ lost it. So can they keep this daily uptrend going is the question that I had for the rest of the week. And it was very notable to me that IWM kept seeing short-term dip buying today. And I attempted a top fish at one point today. Forget where exactly, but stopped out with a small loss. But it was 204.12. 204.14, 204.14. So that's bulls defending a short-term support level, new high of the day. And then the end of the day, we've got 205.34, 205.34. When you see short-term levels being defended by the penny, it's very notable. End of the day, dip when Biden was talking, rip to a new high of the day. So it is notable to me that growth names, highest risk, highest reward sector, is up near its bounce highs. Closer than SPY, closer than QQQ. We need 1.5% to get to that resistance level. Same thing. It's a weekly. Is it a weekly bear flag? Well, if we get one more higher high, at that point, I'm scouting a weekly higher low next time we consolidate. So I'm putting everybody, I'm putting crypto in this category. I'm putting IWM, XBI, NIO, and a ton of other individual names that are in a daily uptrend, and NVDA as well. But that's a bit of an anomaly because its sector peers are not. Other than that, there are names that are in little daily bull flags right now. And those are names that I'm watching very closely as well. The USMJ sector is one of them. So MSO, MSOS, daily, very brief consolidation, inside bar, low volume consolidation, strong close. This to me looks like it's ready to go for another leg up. I got a little bit more aggressive in my USMJ positions today, adding to them, added an individual name, added a little MSOS, and I'm positioning myself for another leg up. And if we're wrong, if I'm wrong, I will exit when we drop and break that low. It'll still be a daily uptrend, but the odds of a continuation bull move will be a lot less likely. But I really like the positioning here, and it depends on the reaction to the FOMC minutes. One other note in this sector, it does not benefit, it does not move as significantly when the futures charts have gap ups or gap downs. MSOS trades pre-market and after hours, the ETF, but its underlying holdings are on the OTC and they don't. So if I'm a bull, I want to see lower opens in the broader market and then the bulls control the entirety of the day. And that's when the sector benefits in terms of correlation and strength and confidence. But if you gap up open and make a 2% move overnight, the sector, I've got a hair right on my eyelash, the sector does not benefit nearly as much. You can see a very low volume, uneventful day, and that's because of the lack of extended hours trading on the OTC. Other names that are in bull flag attempts, AMC. That's a quick little bull flag attempt. GME, quick little bull flag attempt. BKKT, crypto name. The most beat up, the crushed of the crushed of the crushed, 50-3. And now up 150+% off that low on massive bull volume. It's a little bull flag. So why does this matter to me? These are the highest risk, highest reward names, the most beat up names, leading the way on the bounce and giving no red flags. Every name that I just went over that's potentially forming a bull flag has given no red flags that the bounce is topped out. If we break the lows of yesterday on these names, then that's a red flag. But if those levels hold, bulls are just fine. There's more. CCJ is not really a bull flag, but it's healthy consolidation, trying to form a higher low after its earnings reaction. This is a uranium play. Who else? There's a bunch more. Forget. I'm going to scout potentially adding to my NIO position, hourly consolidation from here. After that massive of a bull move today, I'm confident bulls are going to be looking to buy an hourly higher low, and I will add to my swing position looking for another leg up. So I'm bullish as long as IWM and growth are not giving us red flags that the bounce has topped out. And now the low of today, or I should say the low of yesterday, is a key level for me on a ton of these charts. The other USMJ position I added is TCNNF. That looks to me like a daily bull flag. Look at that 27.44 level. 27, 27.44, 27.24, 27.27. Would love to see a little bull flag there. So I bought it today, and I got my stop right under there. If that level breaks, it's not a bull flag. So just nice little stop levels nearby. I'm playing bull flags on a lot of names, and we'll see if they confirm or not. All right, I just jumped around. What do we got? We got healthcare, daily bounce, a lot of space for a lower high here. Again, the weekly is tightening up, but really not eventful, not having a ton of impact on the market, and just watching for a daily lower high as the most likely scenario. The bounce is weaker than many other names right now. XLF, anything under the high of 41.39 is a daily lower high. It will be notable to me if we confirm a daily downtrend from here. That will be a little bit of a red flag for me. So I want to see another green day to create the space for that daily higher low. So again, I've got my bull lean still, as long as these daily higher lows remain on all the names I just highlighted. And if they break, I'm on Team Bear real quick. Changing teams often on a day-to-day basis. Biotech sector, daily higher low is set. So again, higher low, higher high, higher low. Can we get the higher high is the question. 99.16 key resistance, about 4% plus from where we stand. Less than that, 3.5. Two very different scenarios. Fail and break support. I'm a market bear. Break resistance, bounce continuation. I stay a market bull. Energy. So energy names, you can see the energy sector broke and started weekly consolidation today and hit the lowest price in the last 8 or 9 trading days. The energy sector and individual names like XOM are breaking bear already, and oil, at least the continuous, or I should say the current futures contract, what month is it? I don't know. March futures contract is still in a daily uptrend. It's still holding daily EMA 12. So it's just a little clue. If individual names and the sector, when the market has a big green day and energy is down, yes, oil is down as well today, but it's still a lot stronger than these individual energy names. And so we're watching for the potential. We got the oil inventory report tomorrow, but let's see if oil follows what some of these companies and the sector itself have already done. Lost daily EMA 12, lost the daily uptrend, started weekly consolidation. So that's what we're keeping an eye on tomorrow. If I'm an aggressive bear in oil, I am scouting a 4-hour lower high on this bounce, and I'm top fishing 95.82. And hoping we confirm the 4-hour downtrend and have a bearish inventory report reaction. Metals pulled back today. Nothing to check in on. Metals dropped with the bullish Russia news. Makes sense. We anticipated that because they're going up on bearish Russia news. They're going to drop on bullish Russia news. So gold broke one key level and double topped at the second key level. Silver did not break a key level, and miners double topped at their key level. They did not break a key level. The miners bought the dip today, GDX. That's healthy daily consolidation. But just be aware that we've got gold breaking a level. These other names must follow. And if I want to be an aggressive bull on these miners, I'm looking for an hourly higher low next consolidation. And I'm putting my stop under 31.81. Again, it's just keeping those stops nearby. If this is a daily higher low and we break this double top, it's a great entry. And if not, it's not that big a loss. So again, it's not me saying, well, I'll hold as long as it's an uptrend. It's me saying this is either a bull flag or I want out. And I'm not making this trade on GDX, but I am on those other names. So that's how I play bull flags. I keep that stop tight, because if my premise, if my thesis, I should say, is this is a bull flag and I want to position if it's a bull flag, the second I break a short-term support that tells me it's probably not, I want out, even if it's still a daily uptrend. Because my trade, my risk and reward outline, and my position size were all based on that being the low. It's going to be an exciting rest of the week. It's going to be an exciting rest of the month to see how we break these tightening weekly ranges. The table is being set for significant directional control. I mean, the direction that we break, we're either going to be talking all-time highs or new fear lows. That's obviously a very different market environment for March, April, and the rest of the year. We'll see. Do good things, and we'll see you tomorrow. Daffodil bulbs are starting to come up here mid-February. These will be all tulips. They're not coming up yet. This is Yermo. Babysitting her. She's 12, but you wouldn't know it. She's still got some spunk. Hey, Yermo. Garlic coming up. This guy is waiting for his lady friend. He's been around for the past couple of weeks. I don't think he really left for the winter. He still gets some snacks every now and again. Some other early bulbs coming up. Been eating greens this winter. This kale all turns purple because it still definitely gets cold in here. Some collard greens. I let this overgrow in the spring, and then all the bees come in here for the flowers to pollinate.